A lot of men don't speak about this, but a lot of men suffer in silence also.
Right.
When you a provider and you a real provider, but you already unhappy and you not feeling like you being celebrated in a proper manner, you feel like you only being tolerated. Like a lot of people be like, why certain men don't go home? Like when I was in the streets, I used to hate going home because I feel like it's cool, but I ain't welcome though. Cause it don't feel embracing when I go home. It's like y'all act like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Thanks.
And a lot of men suffer from that and not knowing that it's okay to have your man cave. You have to go in your solitude and have your time for yourself in order for you to release. Because we so busy being tough and harboring all these resentment and emotions and all the shit we deal with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't.
Ladies, you will never understand what we just saw. Never, ever, ever will you understand what we just saw. It just doesn't register in your universe, okay? I'm not trying to shame you because of that or any of that, alright? I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm eating some almonds. Damn good almonds. Just got out of the gym. Tired as hell. Haven't eaten anything all day. Just wanted to snack on some almonds. And then I saw this clip. This is the reality of married men, by the way. You know, I talked about this briefly on one of my other past videos. I said, married guys live a very shitty life. They're the workaholic, right? They gotta provide for this badass family. And I'm not saying badass in a good way. Bad freaking kids who don't listen to him. Are being raised by social media. Daughters turning out to be whores. Sons turning out to be drug junkies. Fortnite players. The son doesn't even know where the weight room is in his school or where the gym is in his city. The daughter doesn't even know what it means to be a virgin. Virgin? What does that mean? She doesn't even know the definition of it. Because Instagram is his dad and TikTok is her mom. That's the sad reality of current generation, isn't it? You know, the other day, my maintenance guy came to my house. He texted me. He said, "Hey Zeke, are you home?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "I need some help. I wanna come over and talk to you. It's not about money, but I just need some help." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I mean, my maintenance guy, he's pretty down to earth. I help him out a lot. I take care of him. You know, he's in his 50s, and he's still doing this. He made some bad decisions in his life, and now he's more than twice my age. And he's still doing a day labor to make ends meet. So I take care of him. I try to help him as much as I can. Like sometimes he hits me up when he's hurting for so much money. I hook him up with 100, 200 bucks, 50, 100 bucks, whatever, right? Whatever he asks for, I give it to him immediately. He doesn't even do any work for me. He doesn't even, it's not like I'm calling him, "Hey, go check on this house, see." The tenant just called me saying that there's a leak under the sink. Go check that out. Go check out a leak in the bathroom. Go check the roof. Go mow their lawn. None of that. No. Sometimes he just calls me and tells me, "Hey man, I'm hurting for some cash." I hook him up. He doesn't have to do anything for me to hook him up because we've been working for a couple of years together. We've been working together for a couple of years now, and he has saved me a lot of money. He has taken care of my properties like they were his own. So I take care of him as well, just like how I would if he was my own family member and if I had the means to help him. So we'll look after each other. But he came over the other day. Very down to earth guy. That's the thing about blue collar workers, man. You guys are very down to earth and I salute you for that. Very hard-working, honest man that this guy was. By the way, I'm not telling you how you should live your life, but I'm just saying that this right here, morality, is a very, very, very key point that distinguishes blue collar from white collar. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of white collar people don't have morality when it comes to money. They'll stab each other in the back, they'll step over another's body, they'll do all kinds of debauchery just to get to the top to make more money. Blue collar guys, no. You guys are very honest, down to earth. You like to take care of each other. You like helping people. I love that about you guys. And I'm not saying I'm going to be helping every single blue collar guys out there, but if we're doing business together, I treat you like you're on my team. I treat you like you're my own, that you're my own. But anyways, so he comes over, starts crying in front of me, saying that he doesn't like going home because he has 2 sons. One of them lives with him. The son is 26 years old, older than me, and is a drug junkie, complete bum, doesn't have a job. He steals from his dad, my maintenance guy, the son. Gets the cops called on him. He's on house arrest, and he's still breaking house arrest rules. He almost burned his house down the other day. He threatens his dad, my maintenance guy, that if he kicks him out of the house, he's gonna fight him or whatever. 26-year-old wants to fight his dad, who's in his 50s. Old man. And his dad is in a fix right now because he doesn't want to hurt his son, and he doesn't want to kick him out either because he knows if he kicks him out of his house, his son's going to probably end up dead out in the streets because his son is dumb. That's why he took him in the first place. And he starts crying in front of me. And when he asked me for help, what I got out of that is that he was asking for me to relocate him to another place. He was just gonna let the son live in that house, whatever. And he was asking me to see if I have any rental units open. I have a couple of them open coming up, and I'm buying some more properties coming up. And I told him, hey, yeah, I have a few properties coming up. You can stay in one of them. I won't charge you any rent. Just make sure you take care of the property, and I know he will, and we can work something out together. But it got me thinking that, man, this 50-year-old man just bawling in front of me. Well, he wasn't bawling, but just for 30 minutes straight, he couldn't stop his tears. I really felt bad. I haven't seen him like this before. Like, he's frustrated. He doesn't know what to do with life. He's so stressed out. And it got me thinking that a lot of married men, or guys with live-in girlfriends even, who are cohabitating, have this issue. Forget that. Let's just talk about your own family. You come home to your family, your mother, your sisters, your brothers. They don't even appreciate you as a family member. They disrespect you right and left. Oh, it's all love. The family does it. Really? Is it though? I feel like it's grooming. They're grooming you into accepting that this is not normal behavior. So that when you go out and start living with a girl or get married, and that your new wife or your new girl starts acting this way towards you, you think it's normal. You accept the disrespect because that's how you were raised. That's what you saw growing up. You saw your dad go through the exact same thing, and your dad shut the hell up. He didn't have much to say because the wife had the power in the relationship after he signed on the dotted line. The government is backing the wife up, not the husband. Right? I don't have that problem. I live by myself. This is not my home where I'm at right now. This is one of my rentals. I told you guys I come here to record my videos. This is actually one of the first rentals I bought. I'll show you guys one of these days. Show this around. So that's why I have an attachment to this. I rent out the basement of this, and the top floor I kept it empty. So whenever I come here, I chill. But yeah, whenever I go to my house, I don't have that issue. I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have anybody bitching at me. Hey, why didn't you bring the milk? Why didn't you take the trash out? The garbage disposal is broken. Fix it. What are you doing? Light bulb isn't working. I don't have any of that headaches. If something breaks in my house, I give a call to a maintenance guy. Hey man, it's not working. Come over. Fix it for me, please. My yard, I don't even mow my own yard. I make my maintenance guy mow my yard. I already make too much money. I don't need to be doing this type of work. Why? Because I'm taking the risks in the business. So that's why I don't need to do the maintenance part of it as well. I need that mental peace. I need to stay a little bit stress-free. That's why I try to put the maintenance stress on that guy. And I'm taking care of the administrative stuff. Picking up rent, talking to banks, talking to tenants, making leases, all that stuff. It's a full-ass grown business I'm running. And I'm the owner. And also the employee, right? That's That's the thing. If you start a business on your own, you're gonna have to work for it by yourself for a long time. But yeah, I don't have that kind of headaches. I only got one stomach to feed, and that's mine. I don't have any kids. I don't even have any pets. I'll get a dog eventually. But most guys don't have this reality. And I love my life how it is, how simple, and I don't want to say stress free because I have stress on my business, but I don't have the stress to deal with another person like most of you guys do. Why? Because you fall for the okie doke. You think that it's supposed to be marrying somebody, finding a good wife, and blah 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 fucking blah. And you keep taking on more and more responsibility of other people. I take on responsibility of other properties, not other people, because people are not predictable. Why? Because people have emotions. Properties don't have emotions. Duh. So I can predict how this business, this property is going to turn out 5, 10, 15 years from now. I cannot predict what this human being is going to do 5, 10, 15 years from now. Shit. 5 minutes from now, I can't predict what this human being is going to do, man or woman. Because there's emotions involved in that. And in my business, I don't involve my emotions with real estate, with rentals, with my properties. If I take a loss, finger crossed, I haven't taken any kind of loss yet, but I'm sure I will. Every business has wins and losses, right? If I take a loss, all right, it is what it is, part of the game. Take the L, move on. I don't involve feelings, because once you involve feelings and emotions, you can't think clearly, and you take irrational decisions. You make irrational decisions, and that's very, very hard to recover from, especially in the early stage of manhood. I've grown up seeing my uncles. They're in their 50s. They're struggling because they took irrational decisions, emotional decisions their whole life. Got married without even having a stable job. Now they got a wife and kids to feed, and they're still broke. Who's looking after them? Why did they do that? Because they took the okie doke. They took the okie doke and they thought this is how it's supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to be. Says who? Make your own life. Create your own rules. Write your own book. And if you don't, you're going to end up like the rest of these men, which is what I just showed you. This is the reality of most men. This is the harsh reality. Ain't nobody out here to look out for you. Ain't nobody give a shit. This guy who just came over, my maintenance guy, cried like this. Nobody in his life gives a shit about him. His sons don't even care about him. His ex-wife, the mother of his children, she passed away. He got some hoes around his age that he messes around with. They don't even give a shit about him. He's all by himself. He doesn't have anybody to fall back on. Just like you guys don't. You gotta make your own life. Just like how I don't. I gotta write my own destiny. And if I fail, if I fuck up, there goes my life. I'm homeless. I'll be living on the streets. I'm broke. Nobody's out here giving a shit about me. I gotta make sure I eat. I gotta make sure I got a roof over my head. Ladies, you'll never ever understand this feeling. Ever. How lonely it feels. How miserable it feels knowing that there's literally no support system. No backup for you. So every single decisions you make has to be on point, calculated. If you want to take risks, make sure those are calculated risks. How long can you take it as a man and stay mentally sane? You're a human being too, right? You're gonna make mistakes too, right? And even when you do make mistakes, you don't even have anybody to vent to call up and let it out to. You just gotta stew it in. If you call somebody, start crying or start complaining, they're not gonna understand. They'll look at you all crazy. If it's a woman, she's gonna lose all respect for you. What's wrong with this guy? He's supposed to be the stoic, masculine one. For how much? For how long can you take all this, huh? That's the question. And they say that we men need to be more with our, we got to be more in touch with our feelings, with our women's side, with our feminine side, right? That shit ain't gonna save your life. If just because you're more in touch with your feminine side, you need results. And nobody's out here giving you results. You have to do it yourself. You don't have any backup to give you results either. You don't have any support system, anybody even, to fall back on who's going to give you results. You have to produce those results for yourself. That's what you need as a man, not to be in touch with your female side. So when these clowns come in here and say, oh, just be in touch with your female side, you'll feel better. Okay, you might feel better for 5 minutes, then what? What are you going to do tomorrow? How are you going to feed yourself tomorrow? How are you going to have a roof over your head next month? How are you going to make sure you don't get kicked out and be homeless? Those take real life decision making abilities, real life risk taking abilities, and real life results. And you need a pair of nuts. You need some balls in this life to make risky decisions and to keep moving forward and to make sure that you got your back. Otherwise, you're going to drift through the wind. You're going to end up like this dude in his 50s. And I'm not talking down on my maintenance guy. He's a great guy. But it's an example for us to learn from, right? You're going to end up like him. Or like his son in his late 20s and a drug junkie. Is that how you want your one life to be? This one life you'll never get back? I don't know, man. Answer it for yourself. Follow me on Instagram at Zeekpeak00. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit your boy up on the Cash App, $Zeekpeak. I'll see you boys in the next one.